Yo, what is going on, my fellow DeFi DEGEN friends? I hope you're all doing well today. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're making good investments. In today's video, I want to share with you a tomb fork that's kinda, changing the game a little bit. It's differentiating itself from the pack, which is what we love about these forks. Oftentimes you see these forks that come out and they just crash straight away. They're just a straight up copy paste, and the hype is pretty much non-existent after about a day or two. So that's why we're always excited about new forks that are coming out that are bringing protocol owned liquidity. They're bringing out different developments, different incentives, and just kind of changing the game. And that's what us as DEGENs like to see. We are in it for DEGEN money, but we also like to see good teams, good investments, a little bit of longevity with our staking. Remember, anything I say, it's not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, all that good stuff. And let's get to it. So, the project that I'm talking about is MiniVerse. Now, on the face of it, MiniVerse looks like another tomb fork. All the UI is similar. However, they are doing things pretty differently, and it's exciting to see what they're doing. So, taking a quick look at the docs, MiniVerse Finance docs. MiniVerse Finance is an algorithmic stablecoin protocol pegged one-to-one to USDC on Fantom, inspired by previous algorithmic stable protocols such as Basis Cash and Tomb Finance. Much like Tomb, our protocol uses free tokens, MV Dollar, MV Share, MV Bond, to incentivize a stable one-to-one peg to USDC. So it's a similar kind of setup that we get with a typical tomb fork. It's a seniorized project. It's got the algo token, the shares token, and the bond token. That's nothing new to us here. However, getting into the good stuff, more than a tomb fork, we are a spork. We are building much more than a regular tomb fork. We like to call ourselves a spork, building on top of the basis tomb code to create a new unique ecosystem. MiniVerse Finance will be bridging the gap between the NFT space and DeFi space on Fantom. Through our NFT GameFi, we plan to bring utility to MV Dollar, which is the algorithmic stablecoin pegged one-to-one with USDC. What is going to differentiate MiniVerse from other forks? MiniVerse Finance will be one of the first forks to build use case for the algorithmic stablecoin through our NFT GameFi. The GameFi's primary goal is to burn MV Dollar, which helps keeps peg. We are also going to conduct a land NFT sale that will create protocol owned liquidity, so we can do things like strategic buybacks and burns to help keep peg and stabilize the protocol. No other tomb fork on Fantom is pegged to USDC, and a stable coin pegged to the US dollar works better for GameFi. So as you can see from this brief introduction, this project is bringing NFTs and GameFi to DeFi, which is similar to DeFi Kingdoms, if you've seen that project on Harmony. And if you do follow that project there, you will see how much success that has had. And I believe that's what the team here are trying to go for. I know they have taken inspiration from DeFi Kingdoms, bringing that gamified aspect to DeFi. And, we're yet to see it on Fantom. So that's why it's extremely exciting to see this project come out and, kind of test the waters and see if they can make their mark into that market. So a quick look at the roadmap. Phase 1, launching a MiniVerse. Sell out Genesis NFT collection, which is the mini guineas and chillers. This project has been around for quite some time. They did start off as an NFT project, which they did mini guineas and mini chillers. You can check them out on PaintSwap if you like. They are stakeable. I'll get more into that as we get on. But obviously they started off as an NFT project. The NFTs had no utility. They were just there for the art. And then this project, went on to develop further, wanting to see what they could expand into, and that's how they come up with this seniorized protocol. The project is KYC by April Clock, if that means anything to you. You can check that out on the website. There is a link to the April Clock website where you can verify it for yourself. Back to the roadmap. Launch the basis tomb fork, which has happened now. Land NFT mint completion for protocol owned liquidity. Launch gamified NFT staking, buyback and burn strategies, establish multisig, auto compounders, audits, treasury investments, CMC, CG listing, marketing push, zapping contracts. So the project is now out of Genesis phase. It's into the the normal staking and LP farming. Just so you're aware of that, the Genesis has ended now. So you may be curious what the land staking is. Well, it's something that's an extremely exciting idea. It's similar to how Ohm does bonding to create protocol on liquidity, which they can use for buybacks and investments. But as we've all seen with Ohm forks, that kind of model has fizzled out, and at the moment it's just not doing anyone any favours. So this project has taken a different approach. So to mint a land deed, you will have to give USDC to the protocol forever during the Genesis pool 48-hour period. So as it stands, the Genesis has ended now. However, the land NFTs are still purchasable for like the next day, and by the time this video goes out, there'll probably be less than 6 hours left. So if you are watching this at a later date, you probably have missed the NFT mint for the land. There will be 4 land deed tiers: bronze, silver, gold and diamond. Once the boardroom and shares launch, we will also launch land deed staking, which will have high APR for shares emissions over 2 weeks. Then after the 2 weeks, land deeds will earn MV dollar, which is the algo token, from a claim tax on guineas and chillers. This works very similar to own bonding and achieves protocol own liquidity. Once our artist finishes the art, land deeds will be revealed, each one being one of one pixelated land art. So what makes a land deed good? Earn high APR for shares emissions with no risk of impermanent loss for the first 2 weeks of the protocol's launch by obtaining a land deed. After the 2 weeks, land deeds will earn MV dollar. This works very similar to own bonding and achieves protocol own liquidity that will be used to stabilize the protocol. Utilizing POL, we can create a floor backing price that's high enough to guarantee a positive ROI on land deeds in the first 2 weeks. So to acquire a land deed, there's $285 for the bronze tier, $1,350 for the silver tier, and $2,700 for the gold tier, and $5,400 for the diamond tier. So the higher the tier, the less supply there is. So this is a really exciting approach that we've not seen any other tomb fork do by any means. This is to create a huge amount of protocol and liquidity from the launch. So it incentivizes investors to buy the deed to earn the high APR, and in return the project is getting that huge amount of protocol and liquidity that they can then use to stabilize the peg. They can use it for buybacks, they can use it for investing in other opportunities. I did work it out how much it would generate if all of the NFTs sold out. If all of them sold out, it would be $840,000 that the project would have in its treasury to use going forward. But currently there is about $270,000 worth of deeds that have been sold that the project now has. But you know, within itself, that's extremely secure. It's nothing that any other project can say. You know, a lot of projects come in and they rely on the Ponzinomics, if you like, to generate income for the project, which is why it tends to die out quite quickly. However, with this approach, building a protocol on liquidity, which I always try and say is the best thing that a seniorized project can do. You know, it's really exciting to see how that's going to stabilize the project and help it move forward. So taking a look at the shares offering for the land deeds, within the first 4 days of the launch, the land emissions are actually reduced to help reduce volatility. You can see here the daily output of M-share per NFT. Bronze is 0.0066, silver 0.037, gold is 0.07 and diamond is 0.16. After the 4 days, which should be ending around today or tomorrow, which is the 28th of February or the 29th of February, then for the last 10 days, full M-share emissions will happen, which is 0.03 for bronze, 0.14 for silver, and 0.28 for gold, and 0.6 for diamond. The land NFT sale is going to be the backbone of the protocol. Through the sale, we will be able to raise a significant war chest of protocol-owned liquidity. POL is very important for any DeFi protocol to create floor prices and positive treasury investments. Like I said, these are expiring, you know, today within a couple of hours on the 28th of February. So you will have to be quick once this video is out if you are looking to get a land deed. I believe they are locked for the first 14 days whilst they are earning shares emissions, and then I believe after that they will be available to buy on the secondary, but depending on the utility and the value that they bring, the deeds may go for a lot more on secondary, or you know, they may not, so manage your own risk with that. Don't just ape into the deeds if you don't think you'll get a good return on your investment. So like I said earlier, this project did start off doing 2 NFT collections, that was the mini chillers and the mini guineas. Now, to bring value to the NFT holders that bought initially, you can single stake those NFTs within this project and then earn MV dollar, which is the algo token. You can earn passive yields on that just by staking your NFT, which is exciting, and I really hope that more NFT projects do look to develop, you know, DeFi aspects to the projects too. Obviously a lot of people are just in it for the art, they love the art, or they love holding and flipping. However, As we develop and get further into Web3, I think NFTs and DeFi are just an absolute must to combine and create further opportunities and incentives, and you know, that's how projects should be looking to move forward. That's why I'm excited that this project has incorporated their NFTs into the DeFi protocol. 555 digital guinea pigs exploring the Miniverse, looking for friends or foes. Guineas are Genesis MiniVerse Finance NFTs and earn MV Dollar, which is the algorithmic stablecoin. For utilising MV Dollar in our NFT GameFi, holders will be able to earn rewards, prizes, breed the next generation and much more. And the same goes for the mini chillers. You can check them out on PaintSwap just to show you the art and the price. So this is the mini guineas on PaintSwap. The current floor is 83 FTM, and here is the artwork that you can see for yourself. So for the mini chillers, the collection is almost 3 times as much, so the floor is a little bit less. However, I do believe that they both offer the same amount of rewards when staking, and here's the artwork for the mini chillers. Gamified staking will be the backbone of the MiniVerse GameFi NFT ecosystem. Mini guineas and mini chillers are the Genesis MiniVerse NFTs and will earn MV Dollar. Land NFTs are a special NFT for early protocol investors and will earn a variable amount of MV Dollar from a claim tax on Genesis NFTs. You can only claim, stake, unstake one NFT at a time. Staking your mini guineas or mini chillers will earn approximately 0.1 MV Dollar per day for phase 1. This can increase, decrease based on the ecosystem's growth. Genesis NFTs will have to pay a tax on MV Dollar to claim, stake, unstake. Mini land NFT holders will earn MV Dollar after the 2-week land share offering. This can increase, decrease based on the ecosystem's growth. Landowners will not have to pay a tax on MV Dollar to claim, stake or unstake. Now, if you are interested in this project, I do advise you to go and check out the documents. There is more information that goes into more of the GameFi aspects and some of the different developments that are going to come with, you know, NFT staking and how that's going to link into the tokenomics and the project. So I will leave a link in the description so you can go and check it out for yourself, and also make sure that you read the docs too. So, get into the exciting DEGEN aspects of things. Now, as I said, this project did launch, you know, publicly for LP staking and boardroom staking just a couple of days ago. So the APRs are still significantly high. Obviously, these always tend to come down significantly as more TVL comes in or as the prices of the tokens fluctuate. So bear that in mind as you go forward if you are thinking about aping in. And I don't think it's like most other tomb forks where you have to be in and out straight away before you lose so much of your money to the shares depleting. I feel like this is a longer term play, so if you are looking to stake and make some passive income, perhaps this will be a good opportunity to set it and forget it. Obviously, it's not financial advice, you should always keep your eyes on your investments, but with the vision that the team has here, it's definitely looking like it's more of a long-term project. So if that gives you any confidence, then you know, take it as you will. There's currently only a 705,000 TVL in the project. The MV Dollar is currently 9.20, bearing in mind that this is supposed to be pegged to the US dollar, which is $1, believe it or not. But as we all know, when projects first start up, there is a lot of hype, there is a lot of people aping in for the high APRs. So you have to manage your own risk when getting into that. But based on the APRs and people being degens in general, it's hard to speculate where the value of the peg token will be for some time. But bear in mind, it is 9 times over its peg. Just to be cautious. The market cap is only 100k, so there is still a lot of room for growth there. The shares token is $1,000, which I think is pretty significantly undervalued considering shares tokens in general for good projects and where they are in this lifespan of the cycle. Market cap there is almost $500,000. They're heading into the LP staking, so the MV Dollar USDC LP, which is your most stable pool, is currently got a daily APR of 24% with 255,000 TVL, which is a pretty enticing daily APR considering there is quite a lot of money locked in at the moment. Obviously, there is so much volatility just within the daily APRs, so by the time you've watched this video, it may have dropped significantly. You should always keep your eye on the daily APR, and also you have to keep your eye on the impermanent loss that comes along with providing that LP. So the shares token and USDC LP is currently 25% daily with 200k locked in there, and the MV Dollar and the MV share token The daily APR is 17%. If you don't know already, as a DEGEN, staking LPs with the algo token and the shares token is extremely volatile, and you're quite likely to lose a lot of money with impermanent loss, so you have to be cautious. Does the daily APR make up for my impermanent loss? There is simple impermanent loss calculators that you can use. Just Google it, put in the values and see if the risk is worth taking. Obviously, it's always advisable to go for the more stable pools. Now, heading into the boardroom, the APR is 10,730%, which is, you know, obviously DEGEN APRs, that's about 29% per day at the moment. But the interesting thing that I found with this project is the USDC peg token. So within the boardroom, you stake your shares and you get the MV dollar, which is the $1 pegged algo token. So if you take your rewards out of the boardroom and split it 50-50, you get in 50% MV dollar, which is technically supposed to be pegged to the dollar, but your other 50% is taking it straight into hard stables. And then if you wanted to, you could reinvest those rewards back into the LP, currently at 25% per day, and then you're taking stables and reinvesting them for more passive income. So that's why it's interesting to see the USDC peg and the USDC pool too. It's creating extra liquidity for the project, whilst you've got a safer way to deploy your stables and your rewards. It creates like a positive feedback loop. So to me, that is interesting to see how it will unfold, how people will take profits. I would imagine people won't take profits as aggressively as other seniorage projects, as if you're taking rewards in Fantom, depending on market conditions, Fantom might be going crazy. You might want to sell your Fantom, get yourself out the liquidity pools. So it's definitely something to keep your eye on with the USDC pool and how people take those rewards. So I will run over a couple more sections of the website. There is the land mint here, which is where you can mint the land, which we talked about earlier. Obviously, this is very limited time, so by the time you watch this video, it may not be around. However, you can see that 211 out of 250 bronze have been minted, 58 out of 150 silver, 16 out of 100 gold, and 18 out of 55 diamond, which, as I said earlier, this has created about $270,000 worth of POL at the moment, which is, extremely bullish for the project. And if you head to these tabs, which is the Mini Chiller and Mini Guinea, if you own one of these NFTs, you can stake them here. It will show NFTs in your wallet, NFTs staked, and I believe around this section here, it will show your earn rewards. Now, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover in this video for the information and the DEGEN aspects of it. You may want to go and check out a lot more of the project for yourself, spend some time reading the docs, spend some time in the chats, speaking to the team, speaking to all the other community members, and getting a better idea of it. As always, these are extremely volatile in the beginning. You may want to take some time to wait for the volatility to die down before you make your investments, or always dollar cost average if you do buy in high and it does drop, and just manage your own risk with it. I'm not a financial advisor, so not financial advice, and do your own research. DEGENs. Sometimes these videos are time sensitive, as this one is, so you may want to subscribe and put the notification bell on. I'm just saying, we are trying to build this DEGEN community. I'm trying to bring as much value to you guys as possible, so let's just help build this community out. Subscribe if you haven't already, click the bell notification. Stay safe out there, make good investments, and have a great day.